Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, all the Arsenal fans. This video is definitely going to be awesome because we have a lot of transfer news and, of course, a lot of news as well. If you know this image already, well, you know the legend is there always. Yeah, beautiful. So Thierry Henry was asked about Tottenham in the Europa Conference League game against one of the French sides, I guess Rennes. They had a game against Rennes which they drew 2-2. So they said that before the game, they said, sorry, who? I don't know them. Talking about Tottenham. So Amazon Sport, they talk about the whole Europa Conference League, and Thierry Henry was invited in that, and yeah, that was the scenario. Never fails to amaze us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Nuno Tavares is on Twitter. This is the first image that he's actually shared. He says, "Hi Arsenal," and funny story, he actually then deleted the Twitter account, which is really weird. To be real with you, it's pretty darn weird. But let's see what happens. Talking about different stuffs, let's just move on to certain performances of certain players that I've already mentioned with Adam Revoj, who's actually come up with his update about all the midfielders that he would select, shortlist, so that Arsenal could sign them. One of them was Aurelien Tchouameni. So yesterday, Aurelien Tchouameni, he had a sofa score. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Aurelien Tchouameni. Monaco had a game. I think they finally won that game. So if you can see, 12 accurate long balls attempted and 9 was successful. So 57 accurate passes, 85.1% were done. Ground duels won 3 out of 5. Aerial duels won 3 out of 3. 4 interceptions for Aurelien Tchouameni. 7.6 was his SOFA score. And talking about none other than Bruno Guimaraes was unbelievable as well. 7.8. If you can see, the accurate passes was 61, 92.4%. If you talk about his long balls, 11 out of 10 accurate long balls out of 11. 4 out of 4 dribbles attempted successfully dribbles. Ground duels won 9 out of 12. 1 out of 2 aerial duels won. 6 times possession lost. 1 fouls. Was fouled 4 times. Clearances 4. Blocked shots 1 as well. Bruno Guimaraes really put in a very strong shift. How things will turn out, let's see. We're just open up to a lot of stuff. But let's talk about other midfield options that Adam has actually provided. Number one is this guy from Bologna, Nicolas Dominguez. He says he's 23 years of age. He says he did not start full time for Bologna, but he was creative when he did. He tackled at a good clip and pressed a lot. With a lower successful percentage, solid in duels. I always like to see a full year as a starter, but maybe a name to remember. Nicolas Dominguez. Well, that's the kind of a profile that he brings onto the table. If you can actually check out, he's got very good, compared to Thomas Partey, of course, NPXG plus XA. Shot creating actions were really high. Dribble tackle percentage was really good. Dribble pass per 90 is high, which is not good. Tackles and interceptions per 90 were higher, and so was successful pressures per 90. But if you talk about every other, the ground duels, the aerial duels, not so good. So creatively, yes, winning the ball high up the pitch, really good as well, as you talk about him. So interesting name, but not too much experience in terms of minutes for his current club. So that's the whole story. Let's talk about Boubacar Kamara. Well, this is how he looks. He plays for Marseille. So they want him. Marseille actually are trying to get him to extend his contracts as Adam, but he's unsure extension or not. He can play and will go somewhere bigger soon. Why? He's got more flair than Nicolas Dominguez. So decent passing, not bad. Short creating actions better than Partey. Accurate long balls per 90, better than Partey. Dribblers tackled, yes. Dribble pass per 90 is not as low as Partey, but yeah, it's not high as well. Tackles and interceptions decent. Successful pressures higher per 90. Successful pressure percentage equals Partey. Aerial duels 1 is higher. He's better than Dominguez, if you ask me. And this is how he looks, as I already mentioned it. For those of you who don't know how he looks, well, apparently this is how he looks. Another player in the pipeline is Ryan Gravenberch, the Ajax wonder boy. His passes in the opposition's half per 90 is higher than Partey. Every other stat, apart from dribble pass per 90, is actually higher than Partey as well. Interceptions per 90, better, really good. Aerial duels 1 and dribbles per 90 are higher, but apart from that, is promising, but nothing more that I could add up. Well, more importantly, Ryan Gravenberch had a mixed kind of a game in the 5-1. Uh, yeah, 5-1. When you talk about his so-far score yesterday, Gravenberch actually had 1 assist, 47 touches, 25 accurate passes, one key pass, 1 out of 2 long balls accurately done, 1 out of 2 dribbles attempted was successful, one shot on target, 6 out of 16 ground duels were won, 1 out of 1 aerial duels won, 10 times he lost possession, 7 fouls, was fouled thrice, and 1 time he was offside. And let's talk about Ibrahim Sangare, who turned out to be a beast at PSV. Well, he had a huge year statistically. It's Holland, but Sangare's tackling and duel numbers are dominant, and he's shown the ability to play as a short of DLP. So just look at this. Look at his numbers, man. Look at that. Look at that chart. Passes in the opposition's half per 90, better than Partey. Accurate long balls per 90, better than Partey. Accurate long ball percentage is not better, but tackles per 90, very good. Dribbled pass per 90, very sadly it's higher as well. Interceptions per 90, very high. Ground duels one higher. Aerial duels one higher. Everything else not that good. But yeah, that's actually a monstrous number, Ibrahim Sangare. But more importantly, I think that's the whole reason why that's high. It's probably because of the league, maybe. I still believe that league tag also matters as well. So moving on, let's talk about how Liverpool Michael Owen has sent Liverpool the warning that make sure Mo Salah could replicate what Aubameyang did after signing a new contract at Arsenal. So he says that from a club's point of view, I know everyone's going to say, give him what he wants. But you don't really want your club doing that. You have to have a bit of structure. All of a sudden, if you give him double what Van Dijk's on, you got a problem again. At Arsenal, Aubameyang's just been given what he wanted, and now look, it's his last big contract. He's now going to move now, and he's on whatever he's on a week. It's not as easy as that. I think you've got to keep a little bit of respect, a nice parity within the club as well. Yeah, apparently that was the only problem. Well, you know what? Whatever. So Ian Wright says Arsenal fans have to get behind Arteta and the project, and that should continue this week as well. He says you've got to be positive. I think that's what's happening with the team and the players that he's buying. The young players and the players he's trying to integrate. We've got to continue to support them and support the manager and support the club. When asked when Arteta should leave if Arsenal did not improve this season, he says, if we can finish better than 8th, then it's progress. Why would the fans be calling for him to leave if we finish better than we have done last season? Of course, people are going to put pressure on him because of the size of the club, but for me, I think we are going to be fine. One win and everyone thinks that everything's going to be fine. That's all it takes, doesn't it? Moving on, according to CIS Football Observatory, Jude Bellingham has an estimated transfer value of 90 million euros. He's one of the most valuable English footballers in the world right now, especially in terms of young footballers, definitely. Jude Bellingham, 90 million euros. But according to the same CIS Football Observatory, Bukayo Saka has also the same value. A lot of Arsenal fans, after seeing what Bellingham did in the Champions League encounter, want him to come to Arsenal. It would take a significant amount of money, and of course, a promise of Champions League football to bring him to Arsenal. But more importantly, let's talk about Florian Wirtz. Well, he's definitely on the radar of Bayern Munich, as I remember. Well, according to the latest reports, Arsenal face tough competition from Tottenham, Chelsea, Man City and Bayern Munich for Bayer Leverkusen wonderkid Florian Wirtz. As per Fischages, Chelsea have joined a handful of clubs in the race to sign 18-year-old, with Thomas Tuchel keen to add him to his ranks, especially if Timo Werner ends up leaving the club, as he has been reported. Well, Timo Werner has been... If Erling Haaland leaves, Borussia Dortmund might look into Timo Werner and might look to bring him to Westphal and Stadion. But it looks like, if that's the case, Chelsea might move for Florian Wirtz. It's still very early days within the transfer, but Wirtz is said to be attracting attention from many of Europe's top clubs, and one of the clubs linked with him is Arsenal. Well, moving on, Antonio Conte might actually be available for Arsenal. One of the big reasons why that is true is because that Cristiano Ronaldo is would actually stop Manchester United from bringing in Antonio Conte as the manager, because Cristiano reportedly blocked Juventus from hiring Conte as manager two years ago, and the same story could happen at Old Trafford. Gianluca Di Marzio says Conte would only accept a winning project, so I don't think he would accept Arsenal, and that is why he said no to Tottenham. I think he would only accept if, say, Manchester United called. But looks like Cristiano has his moment. Do you guys remember him? Do you guys remember him? He signed for Levante. When did that happen? Like anyone, I'm shocked. When did Levante sign him? Let me not be cruel to say that why did they sign him. I just want to know when. But anyways, it looks like he's got a word of he did not like his time at Schalke. As quoted by Bill, Mustafi said the past 6 months at Schalke have been bad. It hurts because it's a big club in Germany. We relegated, but now I'm here to concentrate on my job. It was important for me to go to a club where I'm loved. Okay, so yeah. So shortly after joining Levante, he said that from the first moment I liked the idea of coming to Levante. We are going to give everything to take the club as high as possible. So Shkodran Mustafi to Levante. I did not even know when did this happen. Let me know in the comments if you knew this free transfer happening as well. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be. Consider subscribing. Cheers.